Walk will take it across the timeline, guarded by Hurd. Drives to his left side, beats his defender, backs up, fading away. Good! That may be a dagger. 59-54 with 1:08 left. Braden Walk coming alive in the overtime period.
Buffalo's basketball is on the air. Mountain View High School is ready to lead the charge in the 2019-2020 season.
Down low in the blocks, draws contact, and it falls. Lindy Herford back to the line to tie it.
Catch it all on your home for Bridger Valley Basketball, mylocalradio.com. Mountain View Basketball is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Come On In of Casper, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Plains Tire, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Trona Valley Community Federal Credit Union, The Store, and Blacks Fork Dental. Now, Buffs fans, it's time to head to the booth to join the play-by-play voice of the Bridger Valley, Jake Hibbard.
Welcome back. You were just here at Mountain View and Rawlins for the final game of the Bridger Valley's portion of the Pinedale Winter Classic. We have the Sawyer's Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show. We got the Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness first look, and we've got 5.5 minutes before the game starts, so let's wrap that all into one. First of all, Sawyer's Disaster Cleanup and Construction in Lyman, there to clean up your mess, whether that's fire damage, mold, whatever it may be, water damage as well. Sawyer's is there for you, and Bradshaw's can always help pretty much no matter what it is. 24-hour towing and a fitness center, as well as home and auto glass repair. 787-3450. With that first look, let's hear from Denver Allard, head coach of the Rawlins Outlaws, to get a good look at what this game will entail. Of Mountain View sitting at 7-2, Rawlins at 7-2 as well. Let's jump right into that interview with Denver.
Denver Allard joins me, head coach of the Rawlins basketball program. Tell me a little bit about how your season has gone so far through your eyes.
Record-wise, we're 5-2, not too bad. First weekend was a little rough. I didn't play very good basketball up in Level. Won 2 games, dropped 2 to 2 really good opponents, Powell and Lander. And then we came back the weekend after at the Flaming Gorge, and I thought played 2 of our best games against Rock Springs and Evanston, and we were able to come away with wins in those, and kind of came out a little flat and lackadaisical against Grace, Idaho. Ended up having more turnovers in that game than we had the previous 2 games against Rock Springs and Evanston, and for whatever reason, I'm not really sure. And a lot of turnovers, but nonetheless, our kids knew how to make one of their worst days as far as fundamental game, taking care of the ball, but we're still able to pull out a 5-point win. So that puts us at 5-2, and we're just like any other team. We're just kind of using those first 2 weekends as groundwork on what we need to work on. And so our 2 things right now that we've really been focused on is just shoring up our defense. Right now, we're not happy with how many points we're allowing per game or the shooting percentages we're allowing. And secondly, just taking care of the ball, keeping our turnovers down.
I was able to watch you, I guess quite a bit of that Rawlins-Evanston game. I was packing up from doing a game and getting ready to head over to a different gym at Flaming Gorge. So I saw you down late in the game and then come back and defeat Evanston. You mentioned defense. You're giving up too many points. Where do you think that you can improve in some certain parts, specifically defensively, to help negate that?
Containing our guy, when we're guarding the ball, and then our help defense is not good right now. Not nearly what it's been in the past, and that really disappoints me as a older coach, I guess, and a coach that really takes a lot of pride in their defense. So our kids are definitely smart enough to do it, and it's a matter of me relaxing a little bit and realizing that a lot of these kids are new to the varsity experience, and things they could get away with in the JV and freshman level, there's absolutely no way we're getting away with that at the varsity level. It's getting exposed game in and game out. So we're doing better. It's been a key of ours coming back from Christmas break, and we're slowly but surely getting there. And we have a long ways to go, but we're definitely taking steps in the right direction in that. So, like I said, just containing our guy, dropping our butt, playing some good defense, staying between them and the basket, and relying on our help that should be there. So got to have a little bit of trust with each other in that department.
You know, I get to see Rawlins here and there throughout a season, maybe once, maybe twice, and then at the state tournament if I'm lucky. Tell me a little bit about this year's team, how some players have fit in, some guys who are returning or trying to take on new roles. What's this team look like?
You know, we're small, but we're athletic and fast. You know, if you were to saw some of our guys in the football field, and we got a lot of those guys in our on the basketball court, we're extremely athletic. And you know, the turnovers we're having right now are just really careless turnovers. It's not that we're being pressured or can't handle the pressure. We're just kind of learning to play fast, and when you're not used to that, you know, bad things usually happen. So we're going to keep on playing fast and just hopefully take a little bit better care of the ball. We got 9 guys, like I told you before, that are really even with each other from a talent level aspect. Everyone kind of brings their own little niche to the team, which is awesome to have. But I wouldn't say we have that one standout player that we just run everything through offensively, which is kind of a nice thing to have, to be honest with you. That way the opponent, I'm sure if you're scouting us, the other coaches are just kind of scratching their head going like, who do we key our defense on? Because we can actually attack you a lot of different ways. Now, we don't have that guy that's going to score 20 a game, but we got a lot of kids that can put the ball in the hoop. And unlike last year, a couple of years, you know, we always had the 1 or 2 specialized players out there for just their hustle and defense and things of that nature, which is awesome to have. But I think we still have that this year, you know, the hustle part, and we're working on the defense part. But we also have kids that, you know, everyone's pretty much a threat to score, which is nice to see, because we really saw some funky defenses in the last 2 or 3 years where they literally did not guard 1 or 2 people and really shifted that attention to a couple of our top players. So we're just a little more well balanced this year, which is nice. And more importantly to me than wins, losses on the court, kids are getting along, they're working hard, good attitudes. So that just makes the season that much more enjoyable.
You know, you certainly had a lot of height the last few years. Hunter Pixler graduates a year ago. He was somewhere in the 6'6" to 6'8" range. And then prior to that, Bryce Jerome, he was a 6'4", 6'5", good scorer. Malachi Olsen-Green also in that mix. So you mentioned you've had years past where guys are really getting focused in on as they come in to focus in on a player or 2 of your team, and then going back even a couple more years before that when you tried to make that state championship run, you had a couple of really top players that focused in on. How does it change? How does your offense change from a year like that to a year where you've got 9 guys who are all really trying to share the ball and collectively get up to those stat numbers that they need to be at?
Yeah, you know, it's been a little bit of change this year. We probably, I've swallowed my pride a little bit. We kind of ran a little bit more motion this year than we ever have, just because of the fact that we do have those athletes and we got some kids that can do a lot of good things with it. We don't have that one kid we're kind of running our specials through or so forth, but we kind of take that game by game on who has the hot hand and things of that nature. But actually, I've had to get after the kids, some of our kids, just to be more aggressive, you know. So we're still trying to figure out roles. You know, I think that's where a lot of our turnovers are coming, to be honest with you. We're overpassing when Ashton Bartle comes to mind. I kind of get after him on a daily basis he's only a sophomore, but he started for us last year as a freshman. He's one of those kids that overpasses and ends up being a turnover probably more times than none, instead of him just taking what the defense gives him and taking the easy score. So,
and the opening tip goes to Mountain View, as we had enough time to get Denver Allard most of that interview in, had an extended talk, and that was our first look, brought to you by Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness. And our Sawyer's Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show had to wrap it all into one. And we'll hear from Dustin Reese at the halftime. We just kind of talked to him, not on any one specific game, more so just on the hopes of this tournament, how the season's gone. So we'll hear from him at the half. For Rawlins, they're sitting at 7-2. Mountain View 7-2 as well. It's Rawlins basketball as we begin the Bridger Valley Motor first period. And for Rawlins, we have some starters to give you, brought to you by Blacks Fork Timber. Connor Mendez, Jaron Mascarenas, Mitch Allard, Ashton Bartow, and Caden Forney with the basketball. And on the court for Rawlins on the Mountain View side, it's Kimball Madsen, Ashton Schofield, Hunter Meeks, Brigham Blumel, and Braden Walk. Bartow looks out left side to Forney. It's knocked out of bounds by Braden Walk. Mountain View were trying to play Giant Slayers today as they had a 16-point lead at the most, I think, over Warland. But Warland had a great second half. We were here for part of that as that comeback just went all Warland's way in the third and fourth quarters.
We talked to one of the coaches earlier, and he said that in the first half they really played Mountain View basketball. They slowed it down, but in the second they started to play more Warland ball, and they tried to play speed it up, and they just couldn't convert on everything that they tried.
And Mountain View, more of the strong team. Warland liking to run for 4 quarters. Bartow over Blue Mel, shoots a little bit long, and Braden Watt comes up with the rebound. He's racing forward, then holds back a little bit. Hunter Meeks at the top. Again, those starting lineups brought to you by Black's Fork Timber in Mountain View. Bringing Blue Mel to Braden Walk. Goes away from the screen of Blue Mel, but walks with it.
Walks with it.
You don't like to live up to your namesake in basketball.
At least not that one.
He really doesn't get called for traveling all that often. That's what the first step travel I've seen Braden Watt called for all season long. I know some players that kind of killed him.
Yeah.
But Braden really doesn't get called for traveling hardly ever. That's a surprise there. 90 seconds in. Watch, I just cursed him for this game, and he'll get called for it 12 times, and it'll be all my fault. And a throw out of bounds tipped out by Mountain View. No score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Inbound for Mendez. Mendez, the leading assister on the team for Rawlins. Gives it off left side to Allard, then back to Mendez. Mascarenas on the left wing. Back to Bartow, or to Mendez rather. Caden Forney. Fake from Mendez. Outside to the right, it's Allard for a triple, no good. Rebound Mountain View, Schofield on the run. He slows down a little bit, gives it to Blue Mel. He gets 2 in. Brigham Blue Mel was the big scorer for Mountain View in that first half win. The Buffs had the lead over Warland. Everyone's cooled down scoring for Mountain View in the second half. 2-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Brigham Blue Mel takes away a loose ball on the Rawlins side, gives it back to Mountain View. Walk back to Blue Mel. He's on the left wing. 2.5 gone by in the first period, brought to you by Bridger Valley Motor. Call 307-787-3. Oh, excuse me, that's Bradshaw's Glass Towing and Fitness. Hold on a second there. It's 780-3280. I know that number by memory if you ever need a tow day or night, 24/7. That's Bridger Valley Motor and Glade Erickson's cell phone number. Hunter Meeks delivers in the paint. 4-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board for Mountain View. Mendez with the basketball across the timeline, just barely. Nearly taken away. Skip to the left side. Allard on the wing. Drives in. The junior loses control of the basketball. Has a little backspin. Goes into the hands of Schofield, who passes it off to Braden Walk. 4:50 as Kimball Matson fakes a 3 on the corner. Drives in. Looking to get into the lane. Turns around. Spins through. Draws contact to the line. Kimball Matson with 2 free throws. First foul of the game.
Kimball's definitely more of a football player, but when he gets out on the basketball court, he's not quite the hot shot that Braden Walk is, but he can go in there and he can draw the contact and go to the free throw line.
Could be a streaky shooter as well. We've seen him hit some from outside.
Mm-hmm.
A strong player. That's certainly not lacking on this Mountain View team, his strength.
No, not at all.
Makes his first free throw. 5-0 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Now it's time to find my stats that I had sitting somewhere around here for the other game that was going to start immediately. And this game started quick. 6-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Just going to take a look at Kimball Matson's free throw percentage on the season. You can get that shortly, I suppose. Rawlins basketball, and Schofield goes up into the air against Mascarenas, and he basically goes over the back of Mascarenas. Foul called on Schofield.
You know what Ashton was thinking during that moment?
Huh.
Oh, Mascarenas.
He didn't even wait for him to make a shot. Into the blocks.
It's just too good.
And it's a turnover. I didn't see what happened there.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was too worried about my Mascarenas.
Ryan Flack was the player who lost the ball and then nearly stole it back away. Out to the left wing, Braden Walk for 3. No good. Meeks steals the rebound away from Mascarenas, then gets hit by Flack. He's to the line for 2 shots. 6-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 4:08 left in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter.
How's Hunter doing from the line?
Couldn't tell you. Can't find the stats.
No. You just don't have it memorized?
No.
Oh, come on, you got a phone number memorized.
Yeah, I do have that phone number memorized. That's a good number to have memorized because, you know, you could have like the number, I don't know, to Walmart memorized or something like that. Or, I don't know, I'm thinking, I was going to say video store, but those don't exist anymore. But having a 24-hour towing company memorized, I think that could come in pretty handy.
If you were in a different place besides Wyoming, maybe not. But you know what? We live in Wyoming.
Turnover, and Ashton Schofield with the layup drops it in. 1-2 trip from the line for Hunter Meeks, and then a layup by Ashton Schofield. It's 9-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board, and Mountain View late, midway through the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter, is pitching a shutout against Rawlins. This is the First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
9-0 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Rawlins down to Mountain View, who nearly upended the second best team in the state, according to the coaches and media poll. Brought to you by WyoPreps.com. Worland ended up taking that one by 10 in the end, though. 9-0, Mountain View trying to advance to 8-2 on the season with just a couple of non-conference games left before it's all conference games until regionals. To the free throw line, and a shot up, missed by Mendez. First quarter brought to you by Bridger Valley Motor. Also, you can take the check engine light, figure that out with the free diagnostics. Go in and see Slim at Bridger Valley Motor. Hunter Meeks into the lane. Throws it away, and picked up and on the run, Ashton Bartow. Mendez has the basketball on the left corner. 9-0 the score. Still looking for their first points, and they'll continue to wait. A pass intended for Ryan Flack, taken away by Ashton Schofield. Braden Walk across the timeline from right to left. Kimball Matson beyond the three-point arc. A little high-low screen and roll for Hunter Meeks. He misses, but pushes the rebound back to Matson, who airballs a three. 2:45 left. They get 2:44 when the clock stops. 9-0 the score. Brecken Barnes checks in for the first time, and Hunter Meeks is out.
You know, today I've seen it more than I think any other tournament, but a lot of these posts will go up and they'll just flick it out if they know they can't get the rebound, and it's worked most of the time.
Yeah, if you can't quite get a hand of it, try to pass it to a player's been their thinking. Into the game for Rawlins, a couple of new players, Angel Villarreal and Colton Ice. Finishes, and Colton, cold as ice, finally gets the seal broken for Rawlins' first 2 points of the game. 9-2 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 2:18 left in that first quarter. Walk rolls right past a player in the air, but misses. Brecken Barnes on the putback, rejected from behind by Ice. Mendez to the left side. Bartow with the basketball on the left wing. Bounce pass over to the corner. Villarreal to the free throw line. Ice fakes a shot. Steps in, one dribble, then dish out to the right side. Flat, give and go. He gives it off to Villarreal, rolls into the post. Swing around to the left side. Bartow to Mendez. A slow pass, he kind of went back to it. Bartow fakes a shot, then goes to his left. Three-pointer missed. Trying to save it inbounds, cannot. Mountain View basketball. 1:44 left in the first quarter. Mitchell Allard checks back in. Connor Mendez out, Bartow out as well. And that brings Kyson Robinson in for Rawlins. 9-2 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mountain View with the lead. Kimball Matson to the left side. Walk tries a three. It's in. Braden Walk, I think with his first three-point attempt of the day, goes in.
So.
12-2 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. He's the leading scorer. Second in the conference at 18.6 per game coming into the week. Steal for Mountain View. Matson has Walk. No look pass to the left side. Walk converts. 14-2. Well, we thought we'd have a good game here. We thought we'd have a good game last time. So far it's been all Mountain View, but they were up early in the first half against Worland by similar margins and then could not close out. Mountain View looking determined. Sitting at 7-2 on the season. Hunter Meeks checks in for Ashton Schofield. Also have a check-in for Rawlins. Caden Forney into the game for Colton Ice.
We were able to see a little bit of this team at the Flaming Gorge Classic when they played Evanston, and they were down with a minute to go by 8, and they end up coming back to beat Evanston.
Yeah, so you can't give up on them.
No.
That's for sure. 14-2 the score, 56 seconds left in the first period. Braden Walk with the basketball, but does not have a dribble to his name. Still trying to fight around in a 5-second call or a timeout. Did they get the timeout in time? Yes. 14-2, 49.6 left in the Bridger Valley Motor first quarter on a first break presentation of Mountain View basketball on mylocalradio.com.
A common thread no matter where you live in Wyoming is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. And if you ever find yourself broke down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come pick you up day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever lets you down. 307-780-3280.
14-2 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. The Bridger Valley Motor first quarter has Mountain View on top by 12 over Rawlins. And we have a new player in for Mountain View. I think that's Michaelai in there for the Buffs. Throw out of bounds on the inbound from Madsen, intended for walk. And yeah, I think that's the numbers aren't always right, so you can't go off that. I think that's Connor Michaelai. I know the numbers would say it's Bryson Walker. I don't think that's him. 37 seconds left, 14-2 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Braden Walk takes it across the timeline, up by 12. Michaelai to the top, Brecken Barnes looks down low, intended for Meeks. Paxed away, Barnes gets it back up, and then throws it down to Meeks. He has the ball swiped out of his hands. Last touch by Hunter. (14-2) on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Forney with the basketball for Rawlins. Gives it to the left corner. Mitch Allard to the turnaround three-point line. Out right side. Villarreal for a triple. No good. Misses off the front iron. Forney on the rebound. Puts it back up. Misses the glass. Barnes takes down the board. Rips it. Gives it off to Walk. 6 seconds left in the quarter. 14-2 lead on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Walk with the step back three to end the quarter. No good. 14-2 the score at the end of one. That was the Bridger Valley Motor first period. And this is a first bank presentation of Mountain View basketball. And I switched too quickly between the two games of Mountain View basketball on mylocalradio.com and KNY at 99.1 FM.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Second quarter brought to you by Reese Auto. And Caden Sweep into the contest for a couple of new guys. Caden Sweep in and Colton Royts in for Mountain View as well. Royts to Brigham Blue Mel. Hunter Meeks on the court as well as Braden Walk. Blue Mel and Meeks at the top, then handoff right side to Sweep. He drives in, 2 steps and an exaggerated lay-in when the underhand shot good for Sweep.
That was pretty. What grade is he in?
I think he's a junior. Caden Sweep is a junior. Yes, he is.
That was smooth.
He played a lot of minutes in the second half of Warland. Of course, Luke Branson not here today. Caden Forney makes a triple out in the right corner for Rawlins. So that gives him a few more minutes off the bench, but he's coming along quite nicely.
Yeah. He'll be a good player next year as a senior.
Right, the three by, I already forgot who that was. Was that Forney? Yeah, it was. Forney makes it 16-5. Guess it was out to the right side. Villarreal misses short. And Mountain View rebound. Braden Walk moving from right to left. Mountain View white jerseys, purple sides and numerals and lettering purple as well. Dark gray jerseys for Rawlins, red numerals. Braden Walk on the right side for Mountain View, up by 11 points. Caden Sweep swings to the left side as Colton Reutz. Looking for Meeks in the post, booted out of bounds by Mitchell Allard guarding Reutz.
Didn't know he played soccer.
Yeah, I guess he could.
Kickball, maybe?
Kickball, perhaps. 6:35 left in the second period, brought to you by Reese Auto Service. Kimball Madsen checks in for Caden Sweep, so a short run for Sweep. No, he stays in, never mind. Walk is the player finally getting a rest in the game. So Madsen coming in for Braden. Madsen at the right elbow to Sweep at the key. Goes left side. Works to his left and then gives it back up top to Reutz. Madsen stutter steps in the triple threat, turns around, drives in at the baseline, steps back, off to Hunter Meeks. 11-point lead for the Mountain View Buffs, about 2 minutes into the second quarter, brought to you by Reese Auto Service. Caden Sweep with the basketball, looking for options, swings it to the far right side on the wing. Madsen holding the ball chest high level, and to Taylor Meeks, gets a screen around for Reutz, who opens up Blumel in the blocks. Easy lay-in for Brigham. Blumel, 4 points for Brigham. 18-5 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Rawlins basketball from left to right, and just like that, Braden Walk comes right back into the game at the next dead ball. He's back on the substitution table. Allard has it on the right wing. Mendez, long dribble. That was a block foul. Did I just see that wrong? That looked like a long first step before the ball went on the ground.
It did, but I don't know if his back foot came up.
Maybe not. Mountain View fall on Colton. Reutz is his first. Caden Sweep is out. Walk back in. Villarreal gives it to Ice in the blocks for Rawlins. He works around past Blumel, uses his size to get in for the open shot, 18-7. 7 points for Rawlins, 18 for Mountain View. Left wing, Madsen to Walk for a three, misses short. Villarreal with the rebound, Mendez up ahead. Going across the timeline at the center circle. Quick moves past Reutz out to the corner. Colton Ice for a three, it's in. Wow. Ice with 7 points of Rawlins' 10. They call it a 2, I guess, on the scoreboard. I heard 3, I thought, was signaled.
I thought a 3 was signaled.
18-9, it says on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. I didn't see, did the referees go like that? Did they put the two hands in the air? Or
don't really know if I looked.
Could have been close on the line. Either way, see if that's fixed or if it's just a 2. It very well could have been a 2. It was on the left corner. It's a hard spot for me to see that line. Reutz has the basketball at the left wing, looking for Blumel, tosses it just over his head. On the run, it's a transition bucket for Rawlins as Ashton Bartow puts his first contribution offensively in for 2. 18-11 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mountain View is running away early against Worland, and then Worland came back here in the second quarter, brought to you by Reese Auto Service. The same thing starting to happen here as Rawlins' offense is awakening. Look down to Hunter Meeks in the post, goes to his right, throws it into the blocks, back and away, fadeaway shot from Blumel. Found the kind iron, 6 points for Brigham.
He's doing good today. He's had a lot of post moves that have just been able to work around the defender and get up and in.
Brigham, a leading rebounder for Mountain View, but they need his offense as well. You got to have points from a few different points, and so if they can get him inside from Blumel, it's going to be a big get for Mountain View as the season continues on. Villarreal on the right side for Rawlins to the free throw line. Bartow one step in, out to the right side. It's Reutz. Ice rather, guarded by Blumel. He misses his first shot, comes up with his own board. Villarreal skip left side, under through it. Walk on the run. 1-on-2. He throws back to Reutz, back to Walk. Quick move by Walk, uses the glass, misses, but is fouled. Hit on the elbow. Walk to the line for 2 shots. 18.6 per game is Walk's average on the year.
He passed it off to Colton there, and I think Colton should have tried to make a move because by that time the defense had kind of settled in and was ready for it.
And I think Colton needs maybe just thinking one and get it to the leading scorer, two, maybe a lack of confidence in that situation with the two guys collapsing on him. But either way, Mountain View in a position to get at least 1 point, though, as Braden Walk misses the first free throw.
The last couple of days, it's been hard for not only Mountain View, but also Lyman on the boys and girls side to make their free throws. They've kind of, I don't know if there's been a lot of players that have made both free throws from the line.
High percentages have been hard to find in the games that we've been able to cover to this weekend. This is the fourth one that we brought on the MyLocalRadio.com network, 21-11 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. On the baseline, Bartow throws it to Mitch Allard in the lane. Rises and jumps and gets two more on the board. 21-13 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. First two for Allard of the contest. Brecken Barnes with the basketball at the midline. Braden Walk holding on to it. Right at half court, 2:40 left in the Reese Auto Service second period. Tries to get a step on Forney. Forney stays right with him, though. Gives off to Madsen. He works around, bounce pass to Schofield, fakes a three on the right corner, turns around, walks with it, or a charge. It's called a charge on Ashton.
Ashton wasn't even trying to drive in. He was trying to pass it back out. And who was that took advantage of that? I didn't even see for Rawlins.
I didn't catch who that was, but that's foul number 3 on Ashton Schofield.
And he takes a seat.
He has 3 of the 4 fouls for Mountain View. You know, at this point, I'm starting to wonder if someone walked off with those stats that I left right here, because I was like, oh, I've got a game coming up right after this. I'll just turn around and grab them. They're nowhere to be seen. So I'm not sure. I might have to go online.
Maybe.
And grab them. So I don't know. Maybe they're in my bag somewhere as well. 21-13 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. A travel on Rawlins' side as it was called against Angel Villarreal, spinning around in the high post. 2:10 left in the Reese Auto Service second quarter.
Braden Walk takes it across the timeline.
2 minutes left. And Colton Reutz with the basketball. Brecken Barnes to sweep. It's knocked away. Braden Walk turns it around and resets for Mountain View. Screen from Madsen to the right. Goes right side, crosses over. And a shot is swiped away from Walk. Mountain View holds on to possession. Push foul from Brecken against Ryan Flack, guarding Brecken Barnes in the post. Foul number 4. Hunter Gross makes an appearance, his first weekend of action of the season after having a shoulder injury in the state championship football game that he played through. Played basically that whole state championship game as an offense and defensive lineman with one arm. Left corner 3 by Walk is no good. Has one in on 3 or 4 attempts. Rebound by Mitch Allard. Bartow to Forney. He's on the right corner. 1:25 left in the Reese Auto Service second. Free throw line pull up by Allard. Flack comes up with the board. Turns around against a double team. He's to the line for 2. Foul on Gross or sweep. I think it's Hunter Gross with the foul.
You know, I don't think I would be that brave. He knew that he didn't really have a shot, but he was going for the foul, and he went up and just fell straight down on his back.
Timeout taken. The foul is charged against Caden Sweep. 21-13 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 1:17 left in the Reese Auto Service second period on a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Second period, 21-13 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 1:17 to go in the quarter and first half. At the half, we'll hear from Dustin Reese. We're not able to catch up with him pregame. Caught up with them earlier in the week. We had a quick Sawyer's Disaster Cleanup and Construction pregame show. As I think I got that intro going, about 9 minutes left on the clock. Maybe it was even 7 minutes left on the clock before the start of the game. Lyman losing big to Buffalo just prior to this. So go back, what was the final on that game? 70-38. 1 of 2 trip by Ryan Flack at the free throw line coming out of the timeout. Rawlins within 7 points. Braden Walk across the timeline. 1:10 before the half. Right block, turn around, Blue Mel, nowhere to go, gives out left side, fake 3, Walk, exaggerated jump step, is fronted defensively, so he gives back out top to Meeks, then to Kimball Madsen just inside the 3-point line, swishes it in.
I think that's his first bucket of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got 4 points, 2 of 2 shooting from the free throw line, but first field goal for Kimball. And Mountain View has 4 field goals in the second quarter. They had 5 in the first. 23-14 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Caden Forney at the top, tries a 3. It's a high arcing shot. No good. Meeks with the rebound. We'll have 2 more games after this. There's a game scheduled at 5 and 1 at 6:30 to close out the Pinedale Winter Classic. Left corner 3, miss from Madsen. 22 seconds left. 9-point lead. Rawlins trailing Mountain View with the basketball, though. Mitchell Allard takes a curl, hands off to Mendez. 12 seconds left as Mendez backs up near the half-court line. Moves out to the left wing, looks for a pass to Ryan Flack. He's beyond the three-point arc, drives in, and a reach-in foul against Kimball Madsen as him and Blue Mel converge to defend Flack. His team foul number 5, make it the team foul number 6 against Mountain View. 4.7 seconds left, and the foul against Blue Mel, not the reach-in by Madsen. So a block, not a reach. Villarreal throws it over the head of Forney. He collects it. 4.7 seconds into the lane. Bounce pass to Villarreal. 1 second left. Misses the shot. Meeks on the board, and the first half ends 9-point advantage Mountain View. 23 for the Buffs, 14 for the Outlaws of Rawlins. This is the First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on mylocalradio.com and online at KNYN 99.1 FM.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we know our members by name and we love working with them face-to-face. But did you know that members can also handle almost all banking online? Everything from managing your accounts and paying bills to applying for all types of loans. It's simple and we're happy to help you get started. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
23-14 at the half. Mountain View on top of Buffalo. The scores, first for Mountain View. Brigham Blue Mel with 6, as with Braden Walk. He has 6 as well. And 4 points from Kimball Madsen, 3 by Hunter Meeks, 2 from Ashton Schofield, 2 by Caden Sweep. On the Rawlins Outlaws side, 7 points from Colton Ice off the bench, 3 from Caden Forney, 3 by Ashton Bartow, and 2 from Mitch Allard is a total of, that's 15. That's too many points. Hold up, take that one away. It's 2 points for Ashton Bartow, and now we're all good. We're right at 14 points. So 9-point advantage for Mountain View over Rawlins in the first half. What were you seeing in that first 2 quarters?
You know, I think there's a lot of similarities between Mountain View and Lyman and the way that they have those things that they need to work on and improve. The only thing is that the luck's going a little bit more Mountain View's way than what it was going for Lyman in that previous game. I think there is some boxing out that still needs to be done that's not really being seen yet this early in the season. There has been some sloppy passes, but Braden Walk's normally been there to pick up the pass, so it's not been a turnover. I think that's a few things that they need to work on. For Rawlins, I didn't realize that Ice was such a big player. Colton Ice, he doesn't play a lot of minutes. How many points?
He starts. He's got 7.
He has 7?
They've got 9 players, and as I was talking to Denver Allard in the pregame, he said you could see 4 games and 4 different starting lineups. They don't really have a starting lineup in place, so any guy could go off on one day. They don't really have a score, but today it has been Colton Ice.
Yeah, he's been in there. He's been in the blocks. He's definitely given Brecken, Brigham. I'm trying to think who else plays in the post.
Hunter.
Hunter, that's who I was thinking of. Thank you. He's definitely given those 3 guys probably more of a challenge than what they've seen out of someone that's comparative in size to them that can really just push them around.
Yeah. We'll take a break and come back. Let's jump right now into let's take one break. We'll come back with Dustin Reese right after this. It's 23-14 at the half. Mountain View over Rawlins on a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on MyLocalRadio.com. With MyLocalRadio.com, you get to stay up to date with Lyman.
A common thread no matter where you live in Wyoming is that if you're heading somewhere, it's probably going to be a while until you get there. A lot can go wrong on these long road trips across this great state. And if you ever find yourself broke down on the side of the road, it's time to call Glade Erickson at Bridger Valley Motor to come pick you up day or night. Bridger Valley Motor offers 24-hour towing services. If you need a tow, you need to call Glade on his cell phone at 307-780-3280. Bridger Valley Motor is here to pick you up if your lift ever let you down. 307-780-3280.
Sometimes getting the whole family scheduled for a dental appointment is hard. Different days, different times, and then how do you pay for it all? These problems have been solved by Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View because we serve patients of all ages. It's easy to schedule the whole family on the same day, so you just make one trip. We accept most insurances, and if you don't have insurance, we offer an in-house discount so the whole family can have a healthy smile. Don't wait. Call today. Black's Fork Dental in Mountain View, 307-782-3630.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on MyLocalRadio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
Dustin Reese joins me a couple weeks past through the season. How do you assess the 2019 portion of your year?
I think we had a really good year to come out 6-1. I thought we played well at the Flaming Gorge. You know, I think we could have beat Laramie. I don't know if they played as good as they could have, but I was impressed with how we competed. We did very, very well against Rock Springs. You know, we didn't play great against Rich County, but we got the win. So we felt good coming out of break, and we've had a week and a half of really good practices. So we're excited about where we are.
Yeah, that Rich County game, I was watching that one along as I was in a different location getting ready to do another game, or I had just done another game. I can't remember, but it was the last day of that Flaming Gorge. A little bit similar at times, I think, to you're running away with it in the first half, and then kind of like the first half of your first game against Kemmer, shots stopped falling, and that was just kind of something that you hope, I guess, goes away. Looking at your field goal percentage through those first couple of weeks, it's standing about 36.5%. Where do you feel like that should be?
Well, I think if you looked at our effective field goal percentage, so when you're adding the three-point ball into it, I think ours is a little bit better than that. Our goal is to be about 48% EFG. I think we're about 44. So we're there because we do shoot the three ball quite a bit. Our posts know they got to finish better inside. Our guards know we got to take better three-point shots, nothing contested. But that'll get better as the season goes. The one percentage we have to increase is our free throw percentage. We're sitting at like 58%, and that's not going to cut it.
You know, EFG is not a stat I have access to. Is that something you guys keep in-house?
You know, we get that through Huddle, and I think they do a good job of making sure it's an accurate statistic.
And the idea of that one, if anyone's out there doesn't know, is basically that a three-pointer, even if it's shot at a low percentage, is more effective than a two-pointer shot at a higher percentage up to a certain point, right?
Yeah, you know, if you could shoot 30% at the three-point line, you're shooting 50% from the field. So, and as many threes as we shoot, we look at that stat more than our regular field goal percentage.
You mentioned your free throw percentage. That's probably just coming down to repetition in practice?
Well, I think it's a couple things. We got some kids that need to improve at the line, and we got some really good free throw shooters that need to shoot more free throws. I think that's the biggest thing. You know, Braden and Luke and Ashton, they need to get to the free throw line, and even Kimball because they shoot the ball so well there. And our bigs, we just need to get better at the free throw line. We've been focusing on it, and so much of it's mental, but they know that they have to improve, so we expect they will.
Well, as you get ready for the conference season, you have kind of an East-West tournament matchup this week. What's to be learned out of taking on some of the teams that you will be?
Well, I think now it's time. It's time that we start playing the basketball we need to. We have Buffalo, Rawlins, and Worland. So we'll get a look at Worland, you know, to prepare for the regional tournament. But I think these will be the three of the best teams we've played, and we need to go in and win the games and play at the highest level possible. And we're not testing the water anymore. We should have ourselves figured out. And now it's time for us to just get going.
Dustin Reese from Mountain View Basketball, thank you.
Thanks, Jake.
And that's how you fit an interview into a tight break as we welcome you back to the third quarter, which will be brought to you by Big Country Properties. Missed that sponsor during the Lyman game for the fourth, so this whole second half we'll go ahead and give to Big Country Properties. Visit bigcountryproperties.com or give them a call at 782-3356. Broker Bobby Dalzall was part of the #1 listing and selling agency in the Bridger Valley with properties listed to both buy and sell in both Uinta and Lincoln County.
You know, it's a new year, new home.
New year, new home, yeah.
New decade.
You know, that's an expensive habit. New year, new home, but yeah, go for it. Go for it. Yeah, sure. 23-14 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mountain View basketball, and Blue Mel dribbles his way right into a turnover. Bartow, 2 steps off the glass, and that drops. I found my stats over the half, so the season average for Colton I sitting at about 5 points per game.
All right.
So he's got some shots. He's shooting 69% from the field. 2 points from Bartow, now 4 in the game, and a charging call against, was that Braden Walk?
Yep, it's Braden.
So we talked a little bit about the free throws of Mountain View, and you heard Dustin Reese talk about that. He said the number right now, they want some shooters to shoot better, but just as much, some of the better free throw shooters just aren't getting to the line as much as he would like.
Well, we watched Kimball Matheson earlier. He isn't necessarily the great at shooting outside, but if he can drive in, more than likely you're always going to get that foul, and you can go to the free throw line.
And he's a good shooter. He went 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Braden Walk has it on the right wing. Stutter step. He's very quick on the dribble. Drives into the baseline. Then gives it back up top to Hunter Meeks. Meeks has a size advantage over Mendez. Then to Meeks on the corner from Walk for 3. It's good. Hunter Meeks with the triple. 6 points for Hunter Meeks.
Hunter Meeks for 3.
Just rattled on down. Nothing but net.
23-19, a 4-point game. That can't be right, is it?
Yeah.
No, it can't.
No?
It's 26.
No, there it is.
Points went the wrong way. It's 26-16. There they go. 26-16. I was going to say how did it become a 4-point game after a 3? Caden Forney, a free throw line shot for Rawlins is good. 2 quick buckets out of the break for Rawlins. Their offense working a little bit. 5 points for Forney in the game. Mountain View basketball. Braden Walk takes a screen. Steps back, then goes forward. Down the baseline, Madsen, bounce pass to Blue Mel, but into the hands of Mitchell Allard. 2 turnovers early for Mountain View. Rollins converted on the last one, trying to do the same on this one. Mendez misses a 3 ball. Madsen comes down with the board strong. Strong rebounding is probably one of the biggest assets of this Mountain View team.
Oh,
they
yeah.
get their hands on the ball. They don't let go of it.
No.
26-18 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Colton Reutz in the game. He gives it left side to Meeks. Back cut, intended for walk, but stolen away. A third turnover. Bartow again on the run. Flips it down to Forney. He turns around in the left block. Low post turning around, gives it back to Mitchell Allard. A half-court setup for Rawlins. Crossover from Mendez. Out to the left side, it's Bartow. Spins around against Blumel, takes him out of the post, and then bounce pass to Allard. A good little draw out for Brigham Blumel as he got drawn out of the post, and that opened up for Mitchell Allard in the inside. 4 points for Mitchell. 26-20. Walk forces his way into the lane. Misses. Blumel on the putback. 28-20.
You know, we were talking to one of the coaches earlier, and he brought up the comment that a lot of the posts, he has a bat with foam on it, and he'll hit him if he brings the ball down.
If they bring the ball down low, yeah, he hits him with the bat.
But we talked about rebounding. I wonder how big of a thing that they do with that carries into rebounding, that they don't give up the ball, that they keep it strong. They might bring it down once it's clear, but they have good hands on the ball.
And you do see him keeping the ball high on rebounds. Madsen in the lane, jumper, misses shy. And part of it is the strength, and they can bring it in, but you do see that Mountain View does not typically, especially on the bigs, bring a rebound down in the blocks below their shoulder level. 28-20. Mendez takes it across the timeline. Colton Reutz playing the point guard defensive position. Takes a screen from Bartow. Mendez dishes right side. Allard the lefty for a triple. Splashes it in from the right side.
Rawlins is still in this game. You would think that it hasn't really seemed like they've been scoring that much, but it comes in droves. And here it is, a 5-point game.
Yeah, and they've been working in the second half. The third quarter has really come alive for the Rawlins offense. They scored 13 points in the first 16 minutes, and they have 10 points in the last 4 minutes and 9 seconds. 9 seconds. Backdoor cut from Blumel off his foot on the inbound and back to Rawlins. A two-possession game, 28-23. Mountain View held a double-digit lead over Worland this morning and lost that game. Rawlins trying to climb back and do something similar here. 3:44 as the timeline is crossed by Mendez. Bounces it over right corner. Mitchell Allard with the basketball. Into the blocks. Flack working against Blumel. Tries a left-handed hook. Draws it. A hand in against Hunter Meeks. Meeks upset after that play.
He bounced the basketball pretty hard, and the ref just kind of raised his eyebrows.
Yeah, he bounced it, and then he looked right at the ref and handed it right to him. The ref has a discussion. They're not going to give him an automatic technical since, referees will give you some leeway if it's a momentary frustration that then you realize and seem conciliatory toward, and I think Meeks fit the profile for that.
Yeah.
Colton Reutz is out of the game. Ashton Schofield in. Colton Ice into the game. He led Rawlins with 7 points in the first half. Villarreal is in as well. 0-for-2 trip at the free throw line. And a drop in from Blumel. Who was that? Villarreal.
Yes.
Villarreal on the make there. And that's his first bucket. 28-25. It's a three-point game. Blumel, the floating shot. He was going for a jumper and then went with the finger roll. Ended up missing. Mendez on the board throws it out of bounds, intended for Ice. And Ice calling for a tip. And Dustin Reese looked at him and said, there was no tip. You can hear him from over here.
I don't think that there was a tip.
I don't know that there was a tip. I just like the back and forth of Ice and then Reese saying, no, there's no tip.
Nice try, son.
3:08. Madsen on the right wing for Mountain View with the basketball, up by just 3 points. 12 points for Rawlins in the quarter. Mountain View with just 5. Blumel to Schofield, screens and then rolls down into the high post. Schofield up top to Hunter Meeks at the key. 2:45 left. Fakes a curl, opens up some space for Meeks, lays it in, and a blocking foul. Meeks let the defense, they just assumed Braden Walk was getting the ball on the roll. He He did like a kind of a read option quarterback play.
Yeah.
Kept it and was pretty much open down in. A late reaction in on the foul there.
I don't know if that's the second option when it's open or if that just happened to work out perfectly and Meeks saw it and decided to go in.
Well, it looked like he was going for the roll, and then both the defenders started to go walks way, and I think it was just a split-second decision as Meeks misses on the free throw to keep the ball and drive inside. It was open. Villarreal called for the foul. 30-25, Rawlins basketball. Oh, no, it was Kyson Robinson on the foul. 23, not 24. Robinson with the basketball. Left side to Mendez. Moving from right to left in half number 2 is Rawlins. Up and undershot. Mendez fell shy of the hoop. Walk takes the rebound from Meeks across. Out to the right corner. Madsen wide open for 3. No good. Ryan Flack has numbers. 3-on-2. Kyson loses his dribble. Back to Villarreal. Jump stop. Into the blocks. Flack left open. 2 points.
Blumel and Madsen just need to push down. One of them needed to go down and guard him, and it was just a missed defensive assignment.
27 points for Rawlins in a 3-point game. Mountain View still on top. Trying to add it, make it a 2-possession game. Braden Walk hits it from the corner for 3.
Boom goes the dynamite.
9 points for Braden Walk. It's interesting that you want your signature call to be one of the famous bad calls in sports history. But
you know what I wish?
Yeah, what's that?
I wish Braden Walk's first name was Trey. Because, I mean, he hits Treys like nothing.
Okay, would you like to tell him that?
No, I'm going to bring it up with Coach Walk.
Okay. 33-27 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. A miss by Rawlins leads to an Ashton Schofield transition hoop from the left corner. Just inside for 3. Denver Allard calls timeout. And lead is ballooned back up to 8 points for Mountain View. 35-27 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board in the Big Country Properties third quarter. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
35-27 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board as we welcome you back to the Big Country Properties third quarter. Rawlins basketball, Villarreal is on the court along with Kyson Robinson, Connor Mendez, Colton Ice, and Ryan Flack. Rawlins basketball, they were within 3 just recently. Villarreal gives out right side to Flack, tries a triple from the corner. Good! And now down by 5. So right out of the break, a good conversion for the Rawlins offense. Coach Allard got a good half-court setup. First point for Flack. Backdoor cut, baseline drop for Schofield. Blocking foul called against Ice. Schofield to the free throw line, a 70% free throw shooter. First trip today.
Wow. I didn't realize Ashton was up
70%?
in the 70s.
Yeah, he's small sample size, but 7 of 10.
Okay, not bad.
Braden Walk, 15 of 20, so now he's 7 of 11, whatever that percentage is. It's somewhere in the D-plus range.
Mm-hmm.
And Kimball Madsen at 50%, 4 of 8. He's now 6 of 10, so up to 60%. He's actually above that because there's been 3 games prior to this.
Yeah.
Or 2 games prior to this, I should say. 35-30, Schofield goes 0 for 2 at the line. 2 steps out right side, Colton Ice looking for his first 3 of the year. No good. Rebound by Rawlins, though, and Flack converts in traffic.
Flack's been a good player for Rawlins, just coming in and converting on those points, whether it be outside of the paint or in it.
He's got a 3 and a 2 in the quarter, 6 seconds left. Braden Walk for a deep 3, no good, 35-32. And a half-court shot at the buzzer for Rawlins, no good by Villarreal. One possession ball game as we head into the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Big Country Properties. This is a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball, up by 3 over Rawlins on a First Bank presentation.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
35-32 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 8 minutes put back onto the clock into the Big Country Properties fourth period. Rawlins came back in a fury. They trailed by 9 at the half, trail by just 3. Heading into the fourth, a one-possession ball game. Mountain View basketball. Braden Walk with it, joined on the court by Caden Sweep. On the right side, Kimball Madsen with it. Brigham Blumel and Hunter Meeks at the top of the key. That's the 5-4 Mountain View. Those starting lineups brought to you by Big Country. By Black's Fork Timber. Give you a reset of those. Caden Sweep has it, looks over to Walk. He's on the wing, skips it from wing to wing. Down low from Madsen, back outside to Blumel. A 3-ball by Kimball, way too long. Madsen can't make it, but Caden Sweep picks up the board and turns around, puts it in for 2.
You know, Mountain View, they don't have necessarily the biggest height, but they're strong inside the paint, and they have a lot of post moves that you normally don't see out of posts in high school, that they kind of just take advantage of the fact that they're tall or they're big and they just do whatever.
Turnover, Mountain View gets the steal by way of Kimball Madsen. Braden Walk with the basketball, Caden Sweep on the right wing. He has it, bounce pass to Hunter Meeks. Turns around, makes a move, one right-handed hook shot. Ooh, gets pinned between the hoop and the backboard. Rebound Rawlins, 37-32 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Cross in through the lane, it's out to the corner. Villarreal for a triple, no good. Up in the air, Madsen comes down with the board, corrals it with the right arm and elbow, and takes it across himself. He's guarded by Bartow. We saw Rawlins into the game. I said they're going to have 9 players play. We've seen all 9 play, and they've really gone rotation by rotation. There hasn't been, these guys are in together, these guys are in. It's kind of just see what works for a time being and then switch it up.
Yeah.
Caden Sweep is fouled out on the right wing by Mitch Allard. On the court, it's Mendez, Villarreal, Bartow, Flack, and Allard. And just on cue, 3 of them come out. So you got Mascarenas, Forney, and Ison. Mendez, Flack, and Villarreal out. Near side inbound for Mountain View. Bounce pass from Madsen to Braden Walk on the left wing. Meeks has it into the blocks. It's Blumel out left side to Madsen. Madsen moves back into the post. Gives it up top to Meeks. He picks up his dribble at the elbow. Hand off to Sweep. Fades it. A pass down low. Left side. Turnaround shot. Blumel goes to work. Misses. Ice comes up with the loose ball. 6 minutes left in the Big Country Properties fourth period. 37-32 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mascarenas to Ice. Lay in good. Mascarenas on the baseline. Found a streaking Ice in for 2.
That was pretty. Ice knew where it was going to be, picked it up, and went right up.
And no wasted time. 9 points for Colton Ice. Braden Walk on the elbow. He gets a little bit of space against Mascarenas. And Mascarenas was signaling he got a push off. Nothing called there, though. Braden Walk with 2 more on the board. He's got 11 in the game. 39-34 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. A low-scoring game thus far in the Big Country Properties fourth. Forney at the free throw line. Dishes outside to Bartow for 3. No good. A lot of short three-pointers so far for Rawlins. Walk comes away with the board. Takes it across near sideline himself from left to right. Gets past Mascarenas. No look to Blumel. Opens him up. Can't convert, though. Caden Forney on the rebound. Running with it. Has ice up ahead. Stays with it in the lane. Tries to get a foul forced against Meeks. Meeks was straight up and down, but on the second opportunity, Forney draws the foul against Hunter.
Forney was patient there and waited even a second time for the Meeks to go back up and to foul him.
Second foul on Hunter. Just the third team foul for Mountain View.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they've got not many fouls, just 7 between the two teams in the second half. 3 minutes by in the Big Country Properties fourth quarter. Ashton Schofield replaces Caden Sweep. Pardon me. Caden Sweep out of the game. And no free throws go in on the 2 attempts for Caden Forney. Mountain View basketball, Braden Walk to Schofield, then Brigham Blumel to the left side, Manson. Deep 3 by Walk, it's off to the left. Mitch Allard to Bartow. He'll race across, bounce pass up ahead to Ice. He drives in. Soft touch from the big man.
Ice, baby, come on.
39-36 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. And Ice is in double digits, 11 points.
He's really helped keep Rawlins alive here.
Left side, post presence from Brigham Blumel. No good. Forney on the run. 2 steps and again fouled by Hunter Meeks. Third foul on Meeks. Mountain View has gotten in a lot of foul trouble this year, and they got in trouble against Warland, and they had to change the way they played. Not necessarily in too much trouble today. They have a couple of guys that I have with 3 fouls, Ashton Schofield and Hunter Meeks. So they haven't had a lot of fouls, but the fouls they have had have kind of been consolidated into a couple of players. Brecken Barnes and Caden Sweep.
Yep, they're getting ready to come back in.
And I would imagine Hunter Meeks is out. Brigham Blumel out as well, so a post switch out. Barnes and Sweep will take over duties down low. 39-36.
Sweep and Meeks play a lot alike. They even kind of look a little similar with the hair. Meeks is a little bit wider and has, I think, maybe a little bit more of a post presence. But Sweep is definitely coming up and coming into that role.
Well, another 0 for 2 trip by Forney. And Rawlins got the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds against Mountain View, so back to Rawlins. Still a 3-point game, 39-36 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mendez with the basketball at the half-court line. Bounce pass over right side, then back to Mendez. Bartow to Mendez. Right side, Flack looks to the post and then looks back up top. Gives it to Mendez. Jump stop out left side. Bartow drives in baseline on the left, runs into Barnes and stepped out of bounds. Turnover, Mountain View's way.
The Rawlins coach shut down with Forney when he sat back down on the bench. If he made all 4 of his free throws, they would be up right now. And I think right now the coach is going over that and really emphasizing that we need the free throws right now.
Rawlins is 1 of 8 from the free throw line in the game.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they've only made 1 shot. Brecken Barnes has the ball knocked out of his hands on a post entry pass. And it's a 3rd foul on they said it's on number 23, Kyson Robinson. And he checks in for Villarreal, I think, checks in for him. No, Kyson's still out there. Villarreal, I think, got called for the foul on the announcer's side, but that was 23, not 24. 3:30 left, 39-36. Rawlins basketball. Mendez into the lane. Up and under. Villarreal to the free throw line, fouled by Barnes. Well, back to the free throw line where you said, I mean, they could be ahead in this game. 1 of 8 from the stripe.
I think that's something that Rawlins is definitely going to go in once Monday rolls around, and free throws are going to be a big emphasis in practice.
First shot good by Villarreal. 39-37. Well, 60% as a team. That's Rawlins coming into the week. Villarreal a 90% free throw shooter.
Wow.
So that's the guy you want at the line.
Yeah,
Second
no
free throw is good.
Down by 1.
39-38 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Mountain View basketball up by 1 against Rawlins. A pair of 7-2 teams. 3:17 left in the Big Country Properties fourth period. Oh, a throw behind the back. And left side, Royce can't hold on to the pass. Well, it was never quite to him in the first place. Steal away for Kyson Robinson, and Mendez with the basketball.
Rawlins fans are starting to come alive. They're within 1. They just got to steal.
And can take the lead here. Villarreal with the basketball in the right wing. Down low to Flack.
There
to the lead. It's good. And Rawlins has controlled this game at 40-39, and a timeout taken by Mountain View. We'll take it with them. Back in 30 seconds on a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on MyLocalRadio.com, KNY and 99.1 FM.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
Well, coming into this game, Mountain View at 7-2, as is Rawlins. They both won. And they're for one game, and Rawlins won both of their games so far in this tournament. Mountain View 1-1, had a good chance to take down Warland, and Rawlins, despite being at 7-2, actually came into the week being outscored on average by its opponents, 56.6 to 57.7. Mountain View outscoring its opponents by an average of 12 points per game. Fourth quarter brought to you by Big Country Properties. Whole second half today brought to you by Big Country Properties. Mountain View with the basketball down for the first time all game long. 2:38 left in the period. Hunter Meeks playing with 3 fouls back into the game. Gives a screen to Kimball Madsen. He backs out, looks down low, then gives off right side to Blue Mel. 5 starters back in for the Buffs. Fake pass down to the blocks, and then back to Schofield. Meeks calling for it in the high post. Spins around, beats his defender, and in for 2. A big post move by Hunter Meeks.
He knew right where he was at on the floor, had a good court vision to know where the basketball hoop was at to get that ball up and in.
You mentioned it earlier, they're not the biggest team, but there are some good post moves out of multiple post players for Mountain View. That was one of them. 41-40, the lead is Mountain View's. Rawlins basketball. Kyson Robinson drives in against Meeks, and Blue Mel converts. No foul call. I thought they may have a swipe. Instead, they let him play through, and Kyson Robinson converts. 42-41. Meeks to the left side. It's Blue Mel. Braden Walk with 2 points in the quarter. He's been a little bit quiet in the second half. Just 2 field goals. He gets one there. Beat his defender and was wide open for the lay-in. 43-42. Mountain View back on top. 1:20 left. Connor Mendez has the basketball going from right to left. Villarreal bounce pass to Bartow. Guarded by Walk. Swiped out from behind, a block from Meeks, but Bartow holds on to it. Gives it to Flack. Up and under shot. Good, and the foul. Ryan Flack to the free throw line.
Flack is not the biggest guy, but he plays like a big post, just going in there, getting that contact, and just has a good shot to get it up off the glass and then in.
Came on a double clutch, too, and it's the fourth foul on Hunter Meeks. He converts. 45-43 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. Ryan Flack has given Rawlins a 2-point advantage. Hunter Meeks has to play the rest of this contest. 69 seconds left in regulation with 4 fouls. Mountain View led until 2:38 in this game. Trail by 2 at the moment. Walk for the 3, no good. Rebound is Mountain View's. Kimball Madsen caught the 50-50 ball. Walk out left side to Madsen for a 3, short again. Madsen followed his shot, though, so he gets the rebound back. Bounce passes it through the legs of Blue Mel. Schofield picks it up. Meeks for the lead. A third 3 attempt is good. Hunter Meeks takes a 1-point lead, 46-45 on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. 38 seconds left. We'll be back in 30. 1 point lead, Mountain View over Rawlins on a First Bank presentation of Buffs basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we know our members by name and we love working with them face to face. But did you know that members can also handle almost all banking online? Everything from managing your accounts and paying bills to applying for all types of loans. It's simple and we're happy to help you get started. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
46-45. How about the shot by Hunter Meeks to give him a 1 point lead? That was the third three-ball attempt. Most important out of that was the offensive rebounding. Kimball Madsen shot a three from the left corner. And what do you see so often in basketball? A wide open ball hits the ground because nobody follows their shot. Madsen did just that. Got the second offensive board, and then he threw it away. Brigham Blue Mel went down to the ground, picked it up, tossed it out to Hunter Meeks, and a third three-ball attempt. The first one no good by Walk, second no good by Madsen. Meeks converted on the third. 38 seconds left, 46-45.
It wasn't a pretty possession, but you know what? It worked in the end. We got they got the three, and now they're up by one against Rawlins.
And that's a team that follows the true shooting percentage because you see them going for the lead in the three ball all three times. They want the three as much as they can get it. Wide open in the post. Villarreal is unguarded, but he misses the shot. Turnaround no good, just off the front of the rim. 21 seconds left, and Walk is fouled, headed to the free throw line. No, not yet. That's just team foul number 5. Denver Allard calling his team back. Villarreal was left open as Mountain View was playing perimeter defense. There was 2 men in the post.
He's tearing himself up about that one.
And there's a conversation of the referees right now.
I think he might have got a technical.
I don't think he did. No, he's just he was clarifying. I think he wanted maybe a foul on the shot or something. I don't know.
Okay.
He looked like he was wide open to me. Braden Walk with the basketball. 19 seconds left as they cross the timeline. Rawlins has to foul twice to get the ball back. Oh, no, they just forced a jump ball. Or did they? Is that a foul call?
It looked like a foul.
It's a jump.
Oh.
Rawlins basketball. And it looked like a clean jump. Was that Flack who came in and tied it up? Take a look at the replay maybe here if I can get that here in a couple of seconds. Yeah, the jump was called. Okay, let's go back. Maybe.
Timeout called.
Timeout called. We'll keep it right here. 15.7 seconds left. And Mountain View up by 1, but Rawlins could play for the last shot. I usually like to just get the shot up if you're thinking about time, but, you know, it's more dramatic if you take a shot at the buzzer. I usually think if you see an opening, just go take it.
I think when you play regular and you play the way that you have all game, it's got you this far. Why stop now and try to slow it down, weave it around until you find that shot to end the game on the buzzer?
Yeah, and it was Connor Mendez tying up for the jump ball. Just went back and looked on our in-house replay there. I think that sometimes when you play for that last shot, you just see so often a point guard dribbling around like you were saying, and then they don't start to attack until 5 seconds left. By that point, you have basically time for one move. Mm-hmm. It has to go perfectly. If the team double teams you, it sometimes doesn't work. Now, a lot of times it doesn't work. Now, on the other side, if that happens, Mountain View has given up a lot of fouls in some crucial moments here. Mm-hmm. If you get to the free throw line because they're sitting at 6 fouls, any foul puts 1 and 1 on the line. Rawlins just 3 of 10 at the free throw line. That's another story. Here we go, back underway. Connor Mendez across the timeline. 10 seconds left. Villarreal, then to Mitchell Allard. Out to the right side. Flack for a 3. 5 seconds left. It rattles around the rim and falls! 3 seconds left. Walk ahead to Schofield at the buzzer. It's short, and Mountain View loses 48-46. Rawlins gets the 3. Just with 5 seconds left, Ryan Flack wins the game.
That kid, I don't even know what to say about him. He got 10?
Yeah.
He had 10 points in the game. Just an awesome post presence, made 2 threes and a vital one there at the end. It looked good, and it swished right in.
Had 10 points, finishes with 13, and Rawlins did not wait for the last shot. They looked to take a good one. Ryan Flack on the corner hit 2 triples in the game, and Mountain View falls to 7-3. Rawlins advances to 8-2. What a finish in this one, the final of a Bridger Valley broadcast at the Pinedale Winter Classic. We'll come back, hand out Dr. McKay Franklin Precision plays of the game when we return on a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on mylocalradio.com.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
Adding up some scores right now as we welcome you back post-game. And what do we have coming up? Big Piney and Pinedale?
No, I looked earlier. Now I don't remember.
Big Piney and
what it was.
Warland?
I think it's Big Piney and Warland. Let me look.
Looks like Warland out there.
Yep, Big Piney versus Warland.
That's the game coming up. Time now for the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision play of the game. And, of course, we'll just get that out of the way. Ryan Flack, obviously the game winner. But he's for the team that is not sponsored in this one.
Yeah.
Ryan Flack with the play of the game. Giving it to Hunter Meeks, who gave them the lead with the 3-ball. And on top of that, Madsen with the rebound. And I didn't catch the guy who got the first rebound. Might have been Brecken Barnes.
Maybe. I don't know.
There was 2 offensive rebounds, 3 shots on that play. But I like the hustle of Mountain View, the rebounding, and they did get the shot to go in. So that's my Dr. McKay Franklin Precision play of the game.
I got nothing better. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Put him up 1. He also had 4 fouls.
Yeah.
Had to play a little bit careful. Coach Reese could have taken him out of the game. Opted to leave him in because he is a great player, and look at what he ended up doing.
Okay, so Braden Walk finishes with 13 points, 13 from Hunter Meeks as well. 8 points by Brigham Blumel, 4 by Kimball Madsen, 4 from Ashton Schofield. And Caden Sweep, the only player to score off the bench, had 4 points. 7 by Mitch Allard. Ashton Bartow had 7, 3, 5, 10. 13 from Ryan Flack, I think tied for the game high, and of course leading the way for Rawlins. 5 points for Caden Forney, and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Colton Ice with 13 points. 2 by Angel Villarreal. Kyson Robinson with 2. So we had 4 players in this game with 13 points, 2 for Mountain View, 2 for Rawlins. Now we'll take a little bit of a break to catch up on some ads that we missed because we didn't have time for a pregame show. So we'll take a break now and come back, close out this broadcast next on a First Bank presentation of Mountain View basketball on mylocalradio.com, live from the Pinedale Winter Classic. Mountain View falls to Rawlins 48-46, the final.
Hi, this is Chase Sawyer with Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction. Our company specializes in fire damage restoration, mold inspection, remediation and testing, flood cleanup, and biohazardous cleanup services. We complete each job to 100% of your satisfaction. Safety is our highest priority, and once we've completed your job, we ensure your home or business will again be a safe place to occupy. Call me, Chase, at 307-741-7000. Sawyer Disaster Cleanup and Construction.
The Central and Midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Whatever you need, it's likely that Bradshaw's and Lyman can help. Whether it's windows at home or new glass in your car, truck, SUV, or semi, Bradshaw's has it. Tires? Yes. All vehicles, ATVs, semis, and more. Bradshaw's offers a 24-hour towing service for everything large to small. And the Bradshaw Fitness Center is open 24/7. There's more, so always call Bradshaw's first. Whatever you need, it's likely they can help. 307-787-3450. Again, that's 307-787-3450.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Franklin. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at well child checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we know our members by name and we love working with them face to face. But did you know that members can also handle almost all banking online? Everything from managing your accounts and paying bills to applying for all types of loans. It's simple and we're happy to help you get started. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Meet the service and parts department staff at Auto Farm Chevrolet. We work on almost every type of vehicle, foreign and domestic. We also sell parts and accessories for almost all makes and models. Our staff is friendly and well-trained, and we are here to serve you. Open Monday through Friday beginning at 7:30 a.m., we invite you to Auto Farm Chevrolet for all your parts and for all your service needs. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a community-driven dealer.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Welcome back one last time to Pinedale High School for the Winter Classic as we're done with the tournaments for the season. Next week, we'll take a look at the upcoming broadcasts. We've got 2 games for you, actually 4 in all, between the boys and the girls on next Friday. That's January 17th, 5:30 and 7 o'clock. Mountain Views at Evanston. We'll bring you those games. And then Saturday, January 18th, Evanston at Lyman. Again, 5:30 and 7. And then after that, we'll be right back here, the 24th and 25th. Pinedale is hosted by Mountain View, same times, 5:37. And the Saturday after, Lyman at Pinedale, 5:30 and 7 tips for those. The final game for us of this weekend is a thriller, 48-46, and Ryan Flack hits that three-pointer after Hunter Meeks hit a three-pointer to go ahead. A great game. A great late contest that these teams may not see each other again until the state tournament. If they do, that was it. But I'd like to see this game again.
Oh, yeah. It was a great game. We knew ahead of time not to rule out Rawlins, but they really pulled it together in the second half. They've made those adjustments in the locker room to be able to come out and to be able to get that victory in the end.
Yeah, 48-46 the final on the Benedict's Market and True Value board. I think we'll call it right there. I ran through the scores, didn't we? We got all those scores in. And again, join us next week, the 17th and 18th. Mountain View at Evanston and Evanston at Lyman. Until then, I'm Jake Hibbert, Kate Bollender. Thanks for joining us again, and we'll see you next week right here on MyLocalRadio.com.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. We appreciate you tuning in to this MyLocalRadio.com exclusive of Mountain View Buffaloes Athletics. We would like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors and partners who make this all possible. And of course, thank you for tuning in. Check out our website for more information about future Mountain View broadcasts, or like us on Facebook to stay up to date with the games. Until next time, go Buffs!